Good morning, y'all. Dave here at Double Hook Angling. Yeah, we been tying jigs all week, and then we've been going out and testing and seeing if we can find some crappie. It's still kind of early. We we have been catching crappie, but not in great numbers, like 15, 20 in a couple hours, and they'll be moving up into the rocks real tight. Their bellies are starting to get full. We are at the end of April. I think today's the 24th or 5th or something like that. But what I got is I got a big mess here, just to kind of show you guys what I'm working with. This is my mess I have on my table right now, which is, I know it's totally ridiculous, but I keep picking up all these little scraps and just tying off some little one-off jigs just to see if I like them. And but this time of year, the crappie, they get they get kind of stupid and just want to bite anything that gets up in the rocks. And if your water's clear and stuff like that, it seems like they want more natural colors, grays, whites, things like that. But chartreuse, pink head, darker body works really well this time of year too. But another jig that I kind of like, that I do use very often, is a disco orange, or an orange head. This is just an orange head, and then orange tail and a brown body or some kind of darker body. To me, that emulates the little mosquito fish that we have here in Kansas. I'm sure they're just about everywhere, but they look, a lot of people call them little lake guppies, and that's what my kids call them, is lake guppies. I don't know if that's just a Kansas thing or what, but they will interbreed with store-bought guppies you get for your fish tank. We've done that before, just by accident, by the kids putting stuff in the fish tank. So, but what I'm saying is the crappie want, in clear water, it seems like they don't want real super bright colors, but the water's starting to turn over everywhere here in Kansas. With the wind, the rain, just the algae coming up, it tends to turn the lakes over a little bit. And now we're getting stained water, and when we get stained water, bright colors work really well. And but you know how, if you haven't seen my videos before, I tie my feathers on one piece at a time. It's just kind of the way I do it. It's easier. And so you get your feather on there and you get it where you like it. And then I usually clip that middle vein right where the curve of the hook is, and that'll give you your length of your feather. And I tie in 3 or 4, and I do flip it over and get the feather on the other side just to make everything look right. Now, I still have a little piece left over, and I get a pile of them down here, and then I'll use my scraps up on some one-off stuff. This one, I kind of am struggling. Do I go super bright, or do I put a little dark piece? And I've got a couple pieces laying around. Well, this is a purple, and this is a tiger fire. If you look, if it'll focus in, tiger fire, purple. So if we wrap it with tiger fire, it's going to look like that. And it's kind of how I check. I see what color I want. And purple looks like that. Well, I kind of like them both. And if you see these little strings on your hat that seam your stuff together, if you get hooks tied up that you like, you can take and, let me get one here. If you get jigs you tie and you like, and you want to just go try one, I'll take and I'll hook that into the thread, and then I'll wear that hat around with that jig on there. So if you guys see some of my Instagram pictures and stuff, you'll see while I'm fishing I have jigs all over my hat. Sometimes I don't. But just to make this sparkle a little bit more, throw that away. Just to make this sparkle a little bit more, let's try to find, let's see. Let's use your brain a little bit here. This Tiger Fire's got chartreuse, a little bit of black, and orange in it. So let's throw a little bit of this green on there. It's kind of a, if you put it in the right, just the light just right, it's kind of a chartreusey green. I can't speak this morning. Ain't had enough coffee. Okay, and then you get you one of these pieces off of here. If I can get one off. Get one of those pieces off of there. And then you're gonna, I fold it into 3 pieces, and I pinch it and fold one over, and then now that I've got it pinched, I know you can't hardly see it, but now that I got this pinch, I'll take this piece and I'll fold it over like that. Now pinch in the middle. Whoops. Kind of hard to do this far away. Cut my loops. Now you got 3 pieces. Now, don't mind that dirty paw right there. That right there, that's from my wheelchair. So, I know that it doesn't look good, guys, but that don't wash off. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. Now you got some of that green on there. I'll put a little bit of flash. And crappie do tend to come up from underneath or from behind. And a lot of times, what I think is funny is in really clear water, you can see this crappie coming up. And if you just got a bobber and your jig's just sitting there floating, they'll come up and they'll look at it. They may even come up and go and taste the tail. And that's when you see your bobber do that little dink and then back off. You know, I call it tail tipping. And they going up and tasting the buffet. And if you do have a spray or gel or something like that on your jig, it I think it helps. But you know, some people put a piece of little power bait on their deal, crappie niblets or nuggets or something like that. I don't normally use them. But the same thing is when you see your bobber do that little tick and then quit, if you just kind of jerk your bobber a little bit, it'll make that jig go like that, and you might get a reaction bite out of the crappie. So I mean, that is one thing to try. But anyways, we get our wraps on here, and you're going to do 3 or 4. And I use the hooks that I use have bait keepers molded in the head, and the reason why I like those is it makes the body a little fatter, so you're not using extra material. Now, if you want a real thin jig, you can get molds that don't have any bait keeper body to it. You know, any bait keeper lead to it. So, but there's this little Tiger Fire. All right, guys. Now, this jig's for myself, so don't get freaked out that I just snapped off my line. Because if it comes in tight, I'll just retie it. But anyways, there's your little Tiger Fire jig. And I think that'll do the job. And I don't know if you can see that green. Yeah, there you go. See some of that green on there. Little flash. But that's all it needs. You just need a little bit. But we're going to go try this today. I'm going to go fishing with a guy today out at Kingman Lake. So we'll see if this works. I'll keep you posted. But I am going to post this video for now. And if we get any pictures, it'll be in the next one. So stay tuned. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Go out and catch something. Right now the crappie are just starting to turn on. Take your time, hunt around for them. Do a little bobber fishing. Do some just tossing to them and letting it fall and popping back. Whatever you got to do. Hey, go tie something, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant this morning and tie this little Tiger Fire jig. Go catch something.